Welcome back to this explainer. Now, if you caught our last one, The Heart of Washuk, you know we dove deep into the profound respect for nature's ingredients, which is really the absolute core of Japanese gastronomy. But it begs a pretty interesting question. How exactly is that spiritual respect physically translated onto the plate? Well, the answer actually lies in a single, perfectly crafted tool. You see, to unlock an ingredient's true potential, without destroying its essence in the process, you need the Japanese knife. Let's dive right into Section 1, Katana to Hocho, the historical continuity. So picture this. In regions like Seki in Gifu Prefecture and Sakai in Osaka, the history of blade making spans over 800 years. That is a massive legacy. Samurai swordsmiths originally set up shop in these areas because they had exactly what they needed: pure river water, rich soil, and abundant wood for their forges. By the 1300s, they had completely perfected techniques like mino-den, basically creating blades that don't break, don't bend, and cut with, well, lethal precision. But here's the fascinating part. When the era of the samurai ended, that incredible sword-making DNA wasn't just lost to history. Nope, it was passed down directly to the Nokaji, the blacksmiths who crafted everyday tools. And today, that exact same 1,300-degree steel forging process continues, creating the world-renowned kitchen knives we use right now. It means that the ultimate functional beauty of the katana, a blade that was literally once entrusted with a warrior's life, survives in the very knives we hold today. So when people say the soul of the samurai lives on in the kitchen, they mean it quite literally. Moving right along to Section 2, the science of 1 mm and the kataba. Let's talk about angles. Think about your standard Western kitchen blade. It typically features a symmetrical double bevel, right? It's angled at roughly 20 degrees on each side. But the traditional Japanese knife relies on something called the kataba, a single bevel blade. Because the craftsmen use this incredibly high-quality, ultra-hard steel, they can grind the edge down to an extreme, aggressive 10 to 15-degree angle on just one side. It is a totally different, almost microscopic approach to parting an ingredient. But the kataba has another hidden secret built into its design, the urasuki. This is a very slight concave indentation on the flat back side of the knife, and honestly, it is a brilliant piece of subtle engineering. By creating this tiny pocket of air, the urasuki minimizes friction. It stops those moist, sticky ingredients from creating a vacuum and clinging to the metal, which allows the blade to just glide flawlessly through whatever you're cutting. Now, you might be wondering, why does all this microscopic precision even matter? Well, the OSSE taste sensor analysis actually gives us the exact science behind it. It proves that a dull, wedge-like cut literally crushes food fibers. That leaks moisture and actually increases bitterness in the food. But the kabata's clean cut perfectly preserves those cell walls. By not crushing the cells, the maximum amount of umami, that incredibly rich, savory flavor we all love, is trapped right inside. So perfect cut doesn't just look beautiful, it scientifically alters the flavor of your food for the better. Let's look at Section 3, Craftsman's Pride and Omotenashi. Obviously, a highly specialized tool demands a highly specialized grip. To really maximize the kataba's potential, chefs don't use brute downward force or heavy chopping. Instead, they use specific techniques, like the index finger push, or yubioshi gata. By resting their index finger gently on the spine of the blade, they gain this incredibly delicate control. It lets them slice entirely by pulling, gliding the blades so smoothly that they don't crush a single cell. And this precision culminates in a really profound cultural concept: the idea that a cut is an act of omotenashi, which means deep, wholehearted hospitality. Think about it. By delivering an ingredient's true, unblemished life flavor to a guest without destroying its integrity, the chef is performing the absolute highest form of hospitality. The knife literally becomes a conduit for respect. Finally, we have Section 4, Sustainability and Mota knife. In our modern world of mass consumption, the Japanese knife offers a pretty profound antithesis. When a blade inevitably chips or dulls over time, it undergoes this meticulous maintenance process. A craftsman will start with a rough, coarse 220 gritstone and progress through finer and finer levels until they reach a 4,000+ grit whetstone. They patiently polish that bevel right back to a flawless mirror finish. So, even a heavily used, really damaged knife can be completely resurrected, razor sharp and gleaming, with nothing but water, stone, and some patience. A well made blade like this isn't some disposable purchase that you throw away when it gets dull. It's a dedicated tool that can truly last you a lifetime. And this physical act of sharpening is deeply, deeply rooted in motainai. That's a sustainable Japanese philosophy expressing a sense of regret over waste. It really champions the lifelong repair and care of beautifully crafted objects. Ultimately, it's an understanding of mutual respect. If you take care of your blades, they're going to take care of you. So, the art of the Japanese blade isn't just a history lesson, it's an invitation. I highly encourage you to pick up a whetstone yourself, experience the quiet joy of restoring an edge, and feel the absolute difference a katana makes in your own kitchen. And who knows, maybe one day you'll visit the ancient forges of Seki and Sakai to witness this 800-year-old soul in person. Experience the true taste crafted by your own hands. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and as always, keep learning.